Good afternoon and welcome to today's meditation practice. I'm here live at the Plantation Gardens in Norwich on Earlham Road, which is where we hold our classes on Saturday mornings. And as you can see, there isn't really a more idyllic, perfect environment to practice meditation in. So if you're interested, please go onto our website, which you'll see at the end of the video, and you can book through Eventbrite to our Saturday mornings, which we're continuing. We've added some new dates because it seems quite popular, and fingers crossed we're quite lucky with the weather at the moment. Okay, so today we're going to be doing a practice called gratitude for perspective. So two things, if you like, or tenets, which come from the Buddhist tradition, which are very, very, very prevalent at the moment because of how we're all feeling, how we're all suffering relatively from the recent events that we've seen, COVID, Brexit, protests and all sorts of things. It's very easy to get stuck in a tunnel vision and feel like that habit is the only way of looking at things, just one way. And the teachings help us to sort of just redirect that attention and realise that that's not everything that there actually is, and it's not actually very clear. This doesn't mean that you should be really super positive all the time and suppress anything that's bad and try and ignore it, because really that's not real. So it's more about seeing what's here, and rather than focusing attention on that, but expressing gratitude for what we already have. And like a painting or a photograph, a natural shift of our perspective occurring. So sometimes there's an analogy that is a famous one, it's not my own, that they use in teachings, where like a clear crystal is tinted with a colour or a shade. That crystal appears the colour of the shade. So for example, some pink light or something, but actually it's still clear. Okay, so we're going to just drop into some simple breathing. As always, I'll be giving some pointers which you can discard if you wish, or use your own. They're just ideas to sort of let you drop into the breathing, very simple, and shifting into that emptiness. Okay, so as always, assume a comfortable position, straight back, lying down if you wish, and when you hear the bell, you can close your eyes, or you can look at this lovely background, and we'll start this practice. Okay. So as you're sitting in your assumed position, if you're lying on your back, you could have perhaps one hand on the stomach, one hand on the heart, or alternatively you could have your left hand cradling your right hand. And just listening to the sounds, and just allow yourself that smooth transition to just take place by itself. And also be aware of any uncomfortable positions or irritations that start to arise as you begin. And if you really do need to adjust your position or move, that's absolutely fine. but just do it very mindfully and slowly. So if you need to move your leg or your arm, just do it slowly, mindfully, without erratically changing from position to position. Allow the eyes to close. Or focus on a point just a few feet in front with the eyes slightly pointed down. And just allow that breathing to take place. So as the breath enters the body, the life force, through the nose or the mouth, just notice how it fills the body with energy, and as it empties, replenishes itself. And just see if you can gently express gratitude for this breath alone. Not the previous breath, not the next breath, just this breath alone. Just notice how being here with just this breath alone, there's a shift of perspective, a shift of thought, and a surrendering into presence. As you breathe in, just be grateful for this breath alone. As the mind conjures up new thoughts, new anxieties, new to-do lists, try and shift your attention on that breath and just surrender the mind. Don't surrender to the mind, surrender the mind to what is here, just this breath. And just bring an attention to expressing your gratitude to all the senses that you possess. Sight, sound, feel, touch. And you may have some of those senses or all of them. Just express gratitude to the ones that are important to you with this one single breath. can extend that gratitude to your level of health, your bodily functions, family relations, whatever applies to you, whatever is relative to you. Just express that gratitude with this one single present breath. You can express that gratitude to your surroundings, your shelter, the fact that you have food, electricity. It can be anything at all which you may have shifted your attention from towards lack rather than towards abundance. With this one single breath. For the next few moments before the close of this short tutorial meditation, feel free to continue with this practice as long as you wish, or as regular as you wish, either with the bell continuing, or when you hear the bell deciding to become a little more aware of the body, gently allowing awareness of the body and mind to float up to the surface rather than swim fast into thought. Hello again from the comfort of my own home. I hope you enjoyed the practice today with the settings of the plantation gardens in the background. There was just something I wanted to add regarding talking about perspective. Just something from a book that I've read many times. If you're ever interested in reading it, it's The Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda, a very famous old book, very popular. I'm sure that you've seen it advertised if you read spiritual magazines or anything to do with meditation. Very good book. It's written in a story form, just about a man on his travels learning about the teachings, and he was responsible for bringing yoga to the West. Anyway, this particular excerpt that came to mind when I was teaching today was regarding a conversation between an exchange between a master and himself when he was young on his travels, and the student asking the master how impressed he was that he'd been able to renounce all the earthly pleasures and desires and all the distractions, disturbances of life, and being able to attain this bliss, this peace of mind, and how could he do it? And the master sort of replies that he hasn't really renounced anything, and that he sees that the people of the world that have their attention on earthly pleasures, desires, goals, attaining, which you could think of in today's world as stress and work and achieving and always looking for the next. His viewpoint, he points towards the student and saying, well, I haven't renounced anything. I see those people that have renounced what is already here, which is what I have. So the point being that when you just shift your perspective, how different things look, and that he feels he has it all already and has renounced nothing, and that people that seem like they have everything have kind of renounced that peace and given up that bliss and that simplicity and that awareness, that consciousness, that people that are lacking are trying to chase. So if you are interested, by all means pick up that book or search on the internet. It's just a way of sort of dropping into this teaching today that perspective is extremely mind altering, if you like, especially in these uncertain times where we tend to look at the negative. Actually, we can just shift our perspective, our attention onto a different way of looking at things, and everything seems very different. Okay, so thank you very much, and we will see you on the next practice. Namaste.